top 10. Welcome to YouTube.com, featuring the music spot, featuring Hoodie Radio, featuring this video as well. This is not a typical Hoodie Radio episode I play every Monday, where I play 2 songs based off a theme and hopefully you find some music to fall in love with. This is a 21 Pilots top 10, and I will ensure that this video is shorter than my Switchfoot top 10, which was insanely too long. So this one will be shorter as well. Flurry was the last vinyl I listened to on my record player, just so you know. I'll say that. Anyways, let's jump into try to make a quick monologue about 21 Pilots, my thoughts on them, and partially why I'm making this video, because 21 Pilots has so far released 3 albums which you can purchase, and a EP of remixes of their songs done with Mute Math. So it's 21 Pilots times Mute Math. And those are the only albums that I'll be reviewing. They also have Original Best, which is the album which came in between their self-titled 21 Pilots and then their signing with Fuel Black Ramen and releasing Vessel. So the only ones I can do is the original 21 Pilots for this video, Vessel, the Blurry Face, and the and 21 Pilots times Mute Math. So those are my options, and let me talk about my chagrins with 21 Pilots. I have legitimately tried to dislike this band, and because they're so popular, and I don't like the clique, and I'll explain that as I get into this more, but I just found that I couldn't dislike them. I honestly do think their music is great. Their lyrics, for the most part, are great, and I just really like their music, so sorry for any of you people who are clicking on this video like 21 Pilots. Psh. And I would also like to mention that if you are a Christian, you are not required to like 21 Pilots. I feel like a lot of people within the Christian world kind of feel like yeah, they're the band hitting the mainstream, but they're still Christians and their lyrics are fantastic. And it's like, okay, they're not gonna appeal to everyone. Their lyrics aren't gonna hit a chord with everyone, and that's fine. But if you do like them, cool, because they do have, definitely, you have to admit, they at least have a unique spot in the music scene, and do well with what they are doing. And as far as the clique, I just hate the name, and I can't it just really annoys me. It's like a click, which I also just hate a click, and then you just put a QE in it, and it's just weird, and I just don't enjoy that. And then also just the people who are part of the cliques, I feel like they're all angsty teens who are trying to be emo and aren't, and or there are people who are obsessed with the Fuel Black Ramen acts, 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, Paramore, I believe, and Fall Out Boy. There's like a group of people who are just like obsessed with all 4 of those bands, and I'm just like, why does such a large group exist? And I guess I can understand it, but I don't really like some of those bands. And also, I'd just like to mention that the one song I would say I dislike out of 21 Pilots' whole discography is Heathens, and that song was super popular as well, and off of a terrible movie, Suicide Squad, which reviews were just horrible for it, did not do what it hyped people for, and I don't get people's love for this song. I guess people are just weird, and that could also be another reason why I don't like the clique, because they fell in love with this song, and the world fell in love with this song. And I get beat-wise, it's pretty cool, and the suit Tyler wears in the music video is just like the coolest thing. But lyrically, like, outside of it being a song for Suicide Squad, why does anyone appreciate this song lyrically at all? What are you all insane? Are you all like criminals or something? I don't understand. Are you all I don't know. If you can explain to me why this song can accord with so many people, please link it down below, because this is the one out of all of 21 Pilots' discography, things they have released, this is the one song I am not at all a fan of. Besides musically, it's pretty good, and I have no clue why people fell in love with this song. So, yeah. So that's just my personal take on it. but hopefully that doesn't get you to click off this video. And we're going to get into the top 10 now, so you can hear my top 10 21 Pilots songs are, because I genuinely love this, or really like this band. So let's get into the video.
There's some people and I who have a really tough time getting through this life, so excuse us while we sing to the sky.
And coming in at my top 10 spot, which by the way, this is like, as usual with my top 10 list, this is not gospel, it is can change, and this is right now, and I'm feeling my top 10 I'd say for sure my top 2 are set in stone. Those will never change unless 21 Pilots, of course, releases a song better than my top 2. But for the current musical sphere, it's not going to change. And so at my top 10 spot currently is Screen, and the reason I put it there is because the intro piano line is so catchy and so very good. And yeah, it makes you want to learn piano. And also, I love the lyric, some of us have a really tough time getting through this life, so excuse us while we sing to the sky. That is just fantastic. Lyrics by 21 Pilots, very well thought out, and I really like that lyric, so that is why I had to put it on my top 10 spot. And you'll see also once I get down to before my top 3, I will put in a honorable mentions. So yeah, let's get on to number 9.
Am I the only one I know? Waging my wars behind my face and above my throat.
And coming in at my number 9 spot is Migraine. I picked this song for number 9 because the lyrics, I believe, are better than Scream. It's one of the first songs I really listened to, and actually the first song I bought off of Vessel, because I just bought that off iTunes. Eventually I got a CD of the album. And then there's also a YouTube video where he just, Tyler just plays it on a toy piano, and that is just like a fantastic video too, and just singing it lyrically, it's just also incredible that he can make it work so well. It's just a toy piano, and it's just a really cool video, so I will of course link that down below if you haven't already seen it, which you probably should have already seen it. And yeah, let's get on to number 8.
You're the judge, oh no, set me free.
And coming in at number 8, we have the first Blurryface song, The Judge, which lyrically had to be so high up because it spoke so much to me, and the ukulele he uses actually makes ukulele kind of cool, because a lot of people can make it really lame and have made it really lame, but 21 Pilots definitely uses it, and Tyler uses it in a way that makes it interesting and it works really well with the song, and cool long intro, and just lyrically it had to fall at number 8 in my list. So let's get on to number 7. And at number 7, we have a song off their self-titled 21 Pilots album, first album, when Josh John, of course, not part of the band at that point. And the song is Johnny Boy, which just musically and lyrically is grand, and yeah, just a really well put together song, epic. And I actually used to have this on my workout playlist, I think, because it works great with that. And his vocals are certainly different on the 21 Pilots first album. They're not as grand as, of course, becoming famous and then being able to afford expensive equipment to make his voice sound absolutely incredible. Not that it doesn't sound incredible on its own, because Tyler's voice is great, but with this song, this is definitely the standout song for me on their 21 Pilots first album. Just a really great song, which even holds up comparative to the newer work.
I'm fairly local, I've been around, I've seen the streets you're walking down.
And at our number 6 spot, we have Fairly Local off Blurryface, of course. I believe, if I remember correctly, this was the first single released off Blurryface, so it is like, I also believe, the second song I heard of 21 Pilots, because I heard about them through Blurryface, because tons of my, I guess, people and friends, sort of, from my high school, mentioned Twenty One Pilots, love 21 Pilots, so I eventually decided to search them up one day, and the first song I heard, their most popular song, was Car Radio, and I was not a huge fan of them then. I was just like, oh, well, now let's see what everyone likes them so much about. Just because Car Radio is definitely Tyler's most rappy song, or 21 Pilots' most rappy song they've released, but he's not really a rapper, but he is, and that just didn't really, using the word click with me at the time, and then later on and up to now I've grown more accustomed to it, but just listening to the other work, I love that so much, and like, I think soon after hearing that, and like, this song, then I got listened to Migraine, and then I really did a deep dive into the band, because I really like Fairly Local and Migraine, and Fairly Local itself is just got such a cool sound to it, throughout the music video, like with the hanging, glowing microphone. That's just super epic, and just all in all, and like lyrically, I'm fairly local. Just the whole thing, man. It's just a great song, and obviously the next song is gonna be cooler, so you'll be able to see what songs I like more than this already pretty incredible song. So let's get on to number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Guns for Hands, which lyrically isn't really as good as some of the other ones I played before now, but definitely musically it just rockets this song straight up to number 5, because the lyrics aren't terrible, they are still very good, and musically it's just insanely well put together, like, just makes you feel things. It's good. Moving on to number 4.
Why my nights get in the morning, I don't hear those voices calling. I must have kicked them out. I must have kicked them out.
And coming in at number 4, you have the very long and very epic song Ode to Sleep off Vessel. Again, lyrically this hits me much harder than Migraine, and the changes in style that kind of happen throughout the song, like he starts off one way and then the chorus, which is absolutely fantastic, it goes into another spot, and it just varies through that throughout, and it's done very well, and it's a long song, but it works because of all the styles it kind of goes through, and lyrics are just work throughout it too, fitting the styles and moving into the next style perfectly, and the song is just so great, and it had to take my number 4 spot. I cannot put it any lower because of that. Opener of Vessel, and if this was the first song I heard of 21 Pilots, it would have really gotten me into them because it is so great. So moving on to the honorable mentions, and then we'll get to the top 3.
A shadow to despair at me, spirits in the dark awaiting. She asked me, son, when I grow old, will you buy me a house of gold? Friend, please remove your hands from. Oh, misbeliever, my pretty sleeper. We could turn back time to the good old days.
Now, don't get angry at me for having this as my top 3, because you wouldn't, because you're a 21 Pilots fan and you can't get angry about that music. But my number 3 is also the song that won them a Grammy. So yes, I do have their most popular song ever at a very high spot on my list, but that is because it is an objectively fantastic song, great song, stressed out. The lyrics basically apply to anyone, should. That's why it is so popular, because the band's popular, and yeah, I mean, I can't go into much detail on this just because you know why it's such a great song already, because you've probably heard it, because it was overplayed, and so overhearing it, I can see why people would get annoyed, like my brother. It's kind of like done with it, because he's heard it so much, and people are so obsessed with it, but it has not done that to me. I still think it's an absolutely fantastic song, and I will always love it in my number 3 spot, but of course it doesn't beat my top 2, because my top 2 are definite top 2s, and they are some of my favorite songs in existence. So let's get on to the top 2.
I know where you stand, silent in the tree.
And coming in at top 2 spot in my True on Paths top 10 list is the song Trees off of Vessel. The second to last song on Vessel, the greatest song on Vessel. So now you know my first song isn't on Vessel, but everything about this song is just about perfection. The only song that's more perfect than it is my number 1 spot on this video. It's just a song that gets you pumped. It's a song that gets your emotions swelling, and you can party and be emotional at the same time, and it's just so great at doing that. And lyrically, the only song that hits me harder is my number 1 on this one, because some of 21 Pilots lyrics, as I've said throughout this video, just are so hard-hitting and are just so well crafted and well done. And Trees, man, is just such it's the top 2 songs I have on this list are like ones you can't like just have as background music. You're like, you turn it on and you're gonna be fully engaged and like singing along and just feeling everything you can feel from a great, well-crafted, emotional song. And this song does it for me. It had to be my number 2, but it can't be my number 1 because right now showing you my number 1, which is the greatest 21 Pilots songs and one of my favorite songs in existence. Again, in my opinion, but you obviously know that. And now, at the coveted number 1 spot, we have Goner, which is one of my favorite songs in existence. It is so good, gives you so many feelings, resonates super well with me. This is not a song you can just have as background music, as I said before. It's just, you're gonna get wrapped in it. It starts off slow and then builds into this cry, yell, you just sing along, I'm a goner, somebody catch my breath, I wanna be known by you, so loud. It is perfection, such a great song. Let me show you something real fast. Right here I have a poster by Brandon Jump of Goner. I will link it below if I can find it, but it says Goner right there. And I've never seen 21 Pilots in concert because their concerts are crazy expensive, but I got a cool poster of them for my favorite song of theirs. They have top 10 21 Pilots songs. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I made it to get the views. I'm kidding, I didn't make it to get views. I made it because I seen other people do it and I'm just like, why not? They do have 3 albums out, so that's kind of enough. Plus an covers EP, which is enough. Covers of their own songs. Remixes of their own songs EP. So that's kind of enough to justify this video being made. And you can click down below and subscribe. And check out all my social media links. And definitely subscribe because I may or may not be getting... Okay, I'm attempting to get a cassette deck. And so if I do get one, you can get an update if I do get one. If I don't, if so, I can play my 21 Pilots Blurry Face cassette on that, because the current one I have is a cheapo, really bad sounding one, and then the my other option is a portable Walkman type player, which does requires batteries, so that's not good. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Hoodie out. See you next.